Welcome back, everybody, to American Truck Simulator. A game I haven't played for, God, probably like 6 weeks now. Just got distracted with some other stuff, and to be honest, I just got kind of burned out on it. You can see we're back in our 1983 Freightliner, Optimus Prime, as I like to call him. Gonna haul a load of cars from San Francisco, our home base, up to Holbrook. Not up to, it's actually out in the west. Just gonna get backed up here. Ooh, kind of rammed into that a little bit there. Put the parking brake on. Been a while since I played the game, so I am a little bit nervous about how well I'm going to be able to hit my shifts and whatnot. But the car, when you're picking up from an auto dealership, everything is super tight. Like, it's a really tight parking ramp. So I think the cab-over nature of the Freightliner is going to make this getting out of here a lot easy. But let's go ahead and see as we're pulling out here. Swing nice and wide so we miss the truck. Already raining too. Dark and stormy night in San Francisco. This will make a great horror movie. Everything looks clear here. Oh, nope. Wait for the traffic. A lot of traffic here at 9 o'clock on such a shitty weather night here. We're fully rested. We're fully fueled up. I just took over this truck from one of my other drivers. Gonna go ahead and swing it wide here. And looks like we're gonna hang a left. Ooh, over revving this thing. Hit the green light. And I killed it. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Wrong button, sorry about that. Get the truck fired back up here. And I killed it again. I'm used to having all that power, the 800 horsepower that my Pete 389 has. This truck only has about 5.5 horsepower, which is still a lot in a truck. Oh man, I'm over revving the hell out of this thing today. Yeah, okay. Obviously, I should not be starting off in first gear. Oh wow, that guy just came out of nowhere in that Prius knockoff. Okay, let's go ahead and get up through the gears here. There we go. Yeah, this thing's way more powerful than I give it credit for here. I gotta... I'm really over revving this thing. Yeah, it's been a long time since I played this game, and obviously it shows. Okay, we're good here in this lane. Got some traffic there in the right. Love driving Optimus Prime. It's got kind of weird visibility. There, I got off the line without killing it. That's a start. Work our way up through the gears. Really revving the hell out of this thing here. Gotta get better at that. Big truck here on the right. Carrying a bulldozer, that's pretty cool. God, I just can't get the shifting down here today. ATS is really one of those games you should make a point to drive like once a week or once every couple of weeks so you don't get so out of sync with this. God, I got the wipers cranked all the way open too, and it doesn't feel like they're clearing. I can't see. Okay, yeah, we're good. Get that mirror turned off there. There we go. Always feels like I'm cheating when that's up on the screen. Plus, I like to see the CB radio there. I wonder if they still have CB radios in trucks. Okay, obviously I forgot my blinker, but we're coming up to the right-hand turn, so... One thing that absolutely pisses me off when I'm out driving in real life is when people leave their blinkers on, and it turns out I do it in video games, so that's pretty cool. That guy's got a flashing light on his trailer there. You can kind of see the reflex. Get through the gears. There we go. Nope. Head down first. Creep forward. I gotta admit, I missed American Truck Sim. I waited forever for them to get the Arizona expansion pack downloaded, which came for free, by the way. Which is nice. All the DLC has been free so far for the game, which is great support by SCS. They've done a really good job with this game, but I waited forever for the Arizona DLC to show up, and then it downloaded, and I played for maybe 2-3 hours, and I just kind of gave up on it. A big part of that was I got busy with work, but also a bunch of other games have come out over the last couple of weeks. You know, we always bitch and moan about how there's no game releases in summer. Summer of 2016 has seen a lot of games come out. Looks like we're all clear here. We can hog the entire road here. Kind of a dick move, but nobody's there to complain, so Takes all this truck wants going up this hill. Easily be able to make our destination without fueling up, although I guarantee we'll have to stop and rest at some point, but been tempted for a while to turn off the rest gameplay feature, because it's annoying and I get such little time to play the game at this point. I really don't want to have to take, and granted it takes 5 minutes out of the gameplay experience to have to stop and take a nap. Not a nap, but a full rest. Here we go, we're out on the open road. Oop, missed a shift there a little bit. One thing I don't like about this truck is we hit the high beams here and you'll be able to see it a little bit better. I don't like that the cab, the roof of the cab is so tall, or so short rather. I mean, look at the visibility that you have. It's a really small window. And for broadcasting purposes, you know, I kind of like to show you guys what's going on outside of the truck. There's so much going on in the interior, and the window's so small. Shit, there's a cop. There's, oh shit, I gotta slow down here. I'm going way too fast here. I cannot believe he didn't get me for a ticket there. But anyway, this interior of this truck really isn't much to look at, especially at night when you can't see the details of the interior. Which is why I don't drive this truck a lot, but honestly I just got sick of the P389. Wanted to mix it up a little bit. Tempted to kind of get some different mods for the game. Oh shit, gotta watch what I'm doing there. That's another downside to this truck, is it's got such a short wheelbase that it's really squirrely handling, especially when you're loaded. You can kind of get so you're swaying back and forth, and it's pretty scary. You don't get that with the P389, especially the way I set most of my P389s up. I have the longest wheelbase you can possibly get, and then I throw that. Gotta watch what I'm doing here. I gotta get off on this exit here. All right, let's get up the hill. We're gonna hang a left. But yeah, you make that long wheelbase P389. Oh shit, that was awkward. All right, let's get it. Did I kill it? Nope. No trouble there. There we go. All clear. All clear. Yeah, one of these times I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start in like third gear when I'm getting off the line instead of first. I don't know why I'm working up through the gears. This feels very clunky to me. Partially because I haven't played the game in a while, but because this truck is so different. It's got a different transmission. It's got a different engine, which any truck will tell you makes all the difference in the world. But it's fun, you know. It'd be a boring game if you just stuck in the P389. P389 is just, wow. It's just an amazing truck in this game. It's hard to go back to the default trucks, the W900. What's that guy doing? Jesus, he's acting like a nut. All right, gas station on the left, but we are good to go. We do not need fuel at the moment. As soon as we get out here in the open road a little bit, and I don't have to pay such close attention, we're going to talk about some of those summer releases that came out that I just mentioned a couple of minutes ago. Most notably, I would say the biggest summer release, that being Hello Games' No Man's Sky. Came out on PlayStation 4, which is the platform I play on, and PC as well. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experiences with the game, what I've liked, what I find disappointing. I'm going to try not to be too harsh on the game. There are some things that it does right. I know the reviews have not been kind. It does get a couple of things right. I don't know if it deserves... Oh, gotta stop yakking here and start... Oh shit, I have an accident there. Man, I am off my trucking game here. Man, I am just all over the place here. This looks like an interstate here, so we can kind of get out and stretch our legs a little bit here. Oop, yeah, watch out though. Those Winnebagos in this game drive like maniacs. But yeah, I've sunk about 6 hours into the game as of right now, which is Some people have asked if I'm going to do a review on it. I've done a couple of YouTube videos. I recorded the first couple of hours that I played the game on launch day. I'm not going to do an official review on the site because I don't think you can do a game like that justice, a game that is so big, of that scope and scale. It's not fair to give it a score after a half dozen hours, and that's all I've played it for. I've put in 7 hours tops, possibly less than that. I don't know how much more I'm going to be willing to invest in the game because I'm just bored as hell playing it. It's just not fun. I'm still waiting to be blown away. It's pretty. I've seen a lot of people complain about crashing and problems with the gameplay itself. I've only had one crash, so I can't really complain about that. But overall, it could have been so much better. And I think that's my biggest gripe with it. It didn't live up to the hype. Definitely a big part of the problem is the monotony that the game has to offer. Sit back and think about all the boring, repetitive, monotonous tasks that you have to do during the day, like shopping for groceries, putting gas in your car, taking your kid to school, paying bills, paying the rent, changing tires. It takes all that stuff. It gives you the video game version of that, what you would do in space. Hey, I'm passing through Bakersfield. It's been a long time since I saw the Bakersfield sign. It's just the same thing over and over again. You land on a planet, you mine a bunch of rocks and vegetation. You visit some space stations that are always populated with the exact same type of guy that doesn't speak. He just offers up some text on screen, and you have to kind of guess what he's saying, and hopefully you guess right, and he might upgrade your tools, he might give you some hints. You just mine this stuff, you might fight a sentinel or two. You just mine the resources necessary to take off from the planet. You land on the next planet, and then you just do it all over again. No story to speak of. I know some people have kind of come at me saying, no, there is a story. Have you not gotten to the part where it says, build a warp core, build a hyperdrive, build shields? Yeah, I've gotten to that part, and that's cool and all, but that's not a story. That's an objective. That's a checklist that you're going through as you complete the game. Every game has them. Grand Theft Auto has them. Metroid had them. Batman Arkham games had those, do this to get that, but it was there to support a story. There was something happening to your character. He or she had a character arc. This game is just completely void of that. There's nothing to drive the story forward. There's no story. There's nothing to drive the game forward. Much was made about reaching the center of the universe. I just don't care. Why exactly am I searching for the center of the universe? What's the point? And reach the center of the galaxy is not a story point either. That's another objective. That's the final objective maybe, but that's just not. It's not a story. And I think a big part of the game here, man, gotta be careful. Whoa, man, I am all over the place here. If I wasn't the owner of the Game Block Trucking Company in the game, I would fire my ass, because I'm driving like a lunatic here. There we go, up and down these hilly roads. Switch Jake brake off there. A little kind of rest stop here. We're just gonna roll right on by this. It's a pretty game. I mean, considering what... Oh, those tumbleweeds. I thought it was going to run over some kind of animal there. Very random how the tumbleweeds just kind of pop up in this game. Oh, joke guy. Sorry I didn't dim my lights there. Oh. Thunder rolling. For a $20 game, this game looks and sounds fantastic. And honestly, when you think about it, this game should be every bit as redundant and repetitive as No Man's Sky was. Beautiful shot outside the truck here. Look at that thing, man. It's hard to drive when you're in that camera mode, but I like to kind of show you guys the truck every now and then. So much 80s styling in these trucks. I love it. But yeah, and I would make a case that this game, the reason this game is better and more entertaining and fun to play than... No, oh shit, more? What's with all the goddamn tumbleweeds today? There's more of them! I would make a case that the reason this game is better than No Man's Sky with its quadrillion planets, created by a mathematical equation, fantastic technical achievement, I'll say that right now, and it's a beautiful world. And the first time you take off from a planet in No Man's Sky is amazing. It's really something to see. Oh, gotta hang a left up here. Go down on the brakes. Oh shit, I know this intersection. This one is always a bitch. Get woed up here. And there they go. But I think the reason... One of the major shortcomings for No Man's Sky is the fact that it's actually too big. Look at that shot of the sunshine there. That's beautiful. The reason No Man's Sky doesn't work is it's too goddamn big. It feels... Everything is too spread out. There's nothing that makes the game... Look at that traffic. Jesus. There's just too much to visit, you know. I think they would have been better off maybe making 150 or 200 planets tops. Let's see if we can get this guy going here. Hey, it worked! Jesus. I honked at him and he actually went. Looks like we're going to clear. All clear left. All clear right. Man, this thing is a snail off the line. You can see the cars on the trailer. I'm not sure about the color on that turquoise car there. It's not great. Turquoise doesn't look good on a car. But yeah, I think if it would have been a more condensed universe, so that you would have a chance at running across another player in the game, or running across like my friend Mart here from the One Up Club. You've heard him on the podcast a couple of times. He's been going around naming stuff. Look at that shot as we go under the sign there. It's a beautiful truck. But he's been running around naming stuff in the game, you know, finding settlements and animals and plants and stuff and naming it. It would just be really cool if there was a chance that I would run across that stuff and I could see, like, you know, One Up Club Mart was here, you know, like a marking, or even better yet, run into him as he's playing the game. It's not going to happen. I mean, it's possible inside the technology of the game, but they just made it too goddamn big. There's no chance that I'm ever going to run across Mart. And another game that I played recently, Journey, that was one of the strongest parts of that game, is when you would run across another player. And it happened often. That was the highlights of the game, is trying to solve these puzzles and work together and make the journey, the path up the side of the mountain, with another human being. That's what No Man's Sky needed, and they really fucked up by not making that happen. Yep. Getting around these corners, man, this truck just doesn't handle very well. Okay, gonna hang right here as we get on the interstate. We were already on the interstate, but we're going to get on a different one here. Nice shot here of the truck, wide shot. Don't make them like this anymore, kids. Every contemporary truck now is conventional with the engine sticking out the front. They don't make cab overs, as far as I know. I think some European truck manufacturers, like Volvo, still make cab overs. I know it's pretty much all you see in European Truck Simulator, which in its own right is a good game. Hit the way station here. Get her woed down, 15 miles an hour. wide shot here. Out in the desert, kids. Not a skyscraper in sight. Hold down, press enter to clear the way station. Let's get this thing back up to speed. Is that a taxi car? There we go. Really struggling with the transmission on this truck. UPS truck. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about No Man's Sky at this point. I think some people are getting a little bit carried away with their hatred of the game. I have my lights turned on here so I don't get a ticket for driving in the rain without lights on. Oh, getting tired. We knew that was going to happen, though. Sure, there's got to be a rest stop up here. At some point, this is a major road. Yeah, some people are getting a little carried away. I know I've seen some Reddit threads where people are just completely going mad. Completely insane, complaining about stuff like planetary rotation not being included in the game, not being able to mine certain asteroids, stupid shit like that. Guys, that's not what makes the game broken. That's not what makes the game unfun to play. It feels like a chore to play this game, but that's not what the problem. Okay, here we can hit this rest station right here. This looks like a gas station. These usually have these really nice wide spaces. Yep, and there it is too. You can see a truck off in the distance parked there. We're just gonna get this thing parked. Oh, don't want to hit that. Please don't hit the thing. Okay, we got through. Go ahead and let's take this slot right here. Get this thing turned off. We're gonna take a little nappy nap. Park. Parking brake on. Let's catch some Z's. Alright, you can see what we woke up to here. Kind of a funky looking sky there. Still raining. Rains a lot in this game once you turn the rain up to, I think I got it running at 50% here. You can see I flipped that mirror on so I can see what I'm backing up with. I don't consider that cheating when you're in these tight spots because you don't want to run into stuff and damage the load. Looks like we got the Bates Motel right in front of us. The Bates Motel actually does turn up in this game. It's somewhere in California. I can't remember where it is, but they actually modeled the house off in the distance. It's pretty cool. So yeah, if you're in the game, keep an eye out for that. At the time I saw it was on a main road and it was off to the left, but I don't remember which direction it was going. Up to speed. Really hard to see out of this truck. All clear. This is totally cheating there. That guy's fellow trucker is going to back off the diesel and let us in. So let's get up and rolling. So that's pretty much all I have to say about No Man's Sky. I can't safely recommend it. It was certainly overpriced. I can see why people are pissed off about the cost. Should have been a $40 game tops. I blame Sony for overhyping it more than Hello Games for failing to deliver. One game that has surprised me over the last couple of weeks, though, and a game that I had no intention of buying, a game that I skipped last year for the first time in, Jesus, probably a decade, and that's Madden 17. I saw the review scores, which were outstanding this year, and the thing that really sold me on buying the game after taking a year off was that consistently the reviewers said that they put extra effort in. You know, in the past it's been stupid shit like, hey, we got more realistic coach visors and more realistic line judge activity. The photographers taking pictures of the games are... we put extra effort into rendering them, and it's just like, that's stupid shit that you never notice when you're playing the game. I want to see a change in the gameplay that feels like you guys actually put the effort in this year. And you know what? It does. They did. I mean, it feels like they didn't just put a fresh coat of paint on it this year. It's not just a slight aesthetic improvement. It's... they really went in and fixed the architecture of it, you know? Like, star players finally feel like superstar players they are. Tom Brady is light years better than Teddy Bridgewater. Adrian Peterson runs harder than a backup running back for the Cincinnati Bengals, you know? And in the past, it was way too easy for those guys to feel generic and the same. Oh, shit, what happened there? But, yeah, I like the game. I like it a lot. I got it on Thursday is when it finally arrived at my apartment, and I've already sunk more time into that than I have No Man's Sky. And, you know, if you would have told me 6 months ago that I would be enjoying Madden more than No Man's Sky, I would have said, I don't see how that's possible. I don't even plan on buying Madden. But here we are. On-ramp here. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with this truck. As long as I don't kill it going up. Let's see if we can keep it in 13th. Get around the corner. Gonna do a California stop. There we go. I definitely should have downshifted there, but I was literally too lazy to switch ranges there. I'd make a terrible truck driver in real life. Which is funny because I've driven trucks in real life for my dad on the farm. Nothing this fancy, but they are split shift trucks, so the concept is the same. Alright, we're almost to our destination here. This has gone pretty fast. Probably going to cut a couple parts out of this to trim it down to about a half hour. I mean, I don't think... There's some boring parts on this particular trip. Here we go, we're outside the truck. Oh, look, oh! Still a little squirrely outside the truck. Alright, we're going to be hanging a left here, and we are going to make our delivery. I don't remember if I've ever been to Holbrook. Or Holbrook, I'm sorry. That stop sign looks like it's transparent. Weird. Alright, let's get downshifted to a nice little chunk of income there from Stephanie G. Alright, grab third gear, work our way up through. Yeah, this truck gets off the line good in third gear. If you're using the Freightliner FLC, try that third gear start. Definitely don't need to be starting in first. Maybe you do when you're fully loaded, but... Yeah, so to sum it up, Madden good, No Man's Sky, I can't recommend it. You know, if you see it knocked down for $20, maybe even 30, I'd be willing to take a chance on it. I mean, it's not bad. Hanging a left up here. Probably shouldn't have turned my GPS thing off. I really can't see what's going on here. This can't possibly be the turn, can it? That's just like a rest stop. Where the hell am I going here? Yeah, that's nothing. It's got to be this up here. Dim my lights. Courtesy to a fellow trucker. Alright, let's get this thing parked. Whoa! Came up a little rough there. Let's see. Can't do that. Let's do this one. This looks pretty easy. Alright, let's get this thing parked. Got my hazard lights on. Proceed to the unloading area. Shit, I killed it again. Jesus, I was trying to start in 13th there. This is embarrassing. I really shouldn't even put this out on the internet, but... Hopefully it's like riding a bicycle and I will be up to speed in no time. I did not do any practice time before I broadcasted today, and it shows. Get woed in here. Odds are I'm going to have to rocker this thing back and forth, back and forth. You can see what a problem here is. I got to get up tight to these shipping containers here, whatever they are. I don't know what they are. Let's see if we. I'm sure they're gonna tell me I got back up. Nope. Whoa, whoa. Let's get a stop. Hit T to unhitch. Wow, it went pretty easy. And there we are. Synchronizing. All right, 874 miles, 49. How can that possibly be 49 minutes? That must be real time. Obviously, that'll be edited down, but yeah, not bad. I'm really, look how close I am to level 24, and it's not going to give it to me. I'm literally like 620 pieces shy. So there you go, guys. That is American Truck Simulator today. Let me know in the comments if you like this style where I chopped it down a little bit. Let me know what you think of No Man's Sky, if I'm a complete moron for not loving it. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We will see you next week.